Dean knows what I mean. Um, got it. Third party record. Okay, my lovely friends, here we are, Thursday morning, the week before Bett. In fact, this time next week, we will all be buggled in to our second day at Love Tutoring at Bett, which is the phenomenal, I say so myself, program that we've curated in partnership with Bett, the biggest ed tech expo in the world. We have done that because we believe that tutors are at the forefront of what is happening in education right now. So rather than being former teachers around the shadows on the edges of what is being delivered in schools, I actually think that we are taking the lead. We are at the vanguard. And what that means for us is that we need to stay attuned to what's coming next. And so today will be an experiential learning session for us. I will be adding for you the link to join our Metaverse play. But before we do that, I need to tell you two things. Number one, this link is not for you to use again until next week, because the developers don't really want us. And secondly, Helen, you coming in again? I'm not proud. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you need to make sure that you are on mute and the sound on your computer off before we do this, because otherwise we're going to have mayhem, because you're going to be live in two windows at the same time. We're going to leave this one open because this is where the live stream is happening. I'm going to share screen, so hopefully we'll be able to see all things. But
hello,
what
hi,
Mark's just shown us about not being on mute. Mark, I am muting you. I'm trying to mute. I'm going to ask you. Okay. We'll then work out a way that we can talk as well. You can't hear me speaking?
You are incredibly glitchy right now, Julia. Do you want to shove me back as host for a bit, or make you co-host?
Oh.
Can you, what about if you, yeah, make me host and you come out and in again? I don't know if you need to restart, and we'll talk amongst ourselves and all kinds of niceness. Maybe do a little speed networking, or just talk about donuts until Julia gets
Can we
back.
not talk about food, please?
Oh, sorry, Dee.
I am on a full-on fast day today.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dee. We'll give Julia a chance to sort out her tech for a second, and come back. Whilst we're waiting, sorry, I'm just going to take over just because Julia knows that I'll happily talk for England for a bit. Are people going to make it in person, or are we joining virtually for some of all? Let's just hands up for Wednesdays. Where do we start? We start on a Wednesday. Are you gonna, if you're going to make it in person? Yes. Okay. Now I know who to get cups of tea with on Wednesday. Thursday. Okay. Friday. Awesome. And virtually for any part of the day.
Me.
Awesome. Because it sounds like this tech's going to be really useful if we can get the tech to do it, which obviously seems like it's a bit glitchy. It's Thursday morning. Who wants to do anything on Thursday morning and get going? I mean, it's 11, but well, maybe you. So,
Helen,
yes.
let's blame the cold weather.
Let's blame everything, anything.
Yeah.
We're British.
Yeah.
We can blame the cold weather. I was explaining this to my 9-year-old this morning, that somebody turned the heating off But in June, when it's 30 degrees, somebody's forgotten to turn the aircon on. And we're not British unless we complain about the weather, because she's learning about stereotypes. So it fitted in. So
we're reinforcing them. Right.
yeah, nothing like
You've got-
reinforcing.
You've got the link to the virtual days in here. When you're ready, press the button, do the sign up, put your name on there, and we'll go in and have. That's great, Alero. Helen, thank you so much for asking that question that I'd forgotten to ask. Oh,
Wow.
Just checking
Helen,
you want to be muted.
Tasha's here. Helen Osman is here. Hello, hello. Okay. So what do we want to do? I want to share screen to this, so this can be seen. I think we unmute ourselves in Zoom and leave ourselves muted in
I hate to say it, Julia. You're glitchy again. Do you want to just put what you wanted to do in the chat whilst we're still working out?
so if anybody has any trouble, uh,
You are glitchy again, Julia. Oh, we've lost Julia again. Are people maybe able to open that link, get it open? Hopefully we'll be able to share the screen so that people on the live stream can follow us in a minute. We're obviously just having a few technical glitches at the moment. So probably just best to try and keep everything on mute, etc. There's also
Okay, I don't know quite what's going on.
Oh,
Okay,
it's not your fault, it's mine. Because of course, when you try to do something fun and new and exciting, the tech decides to challenge you. But that's fine because we're resilient. So what I would like to suggest is this, that you grab that link to join the metaverse. Helen, I think you have just arrived, so I'm going to give you that link here again in the chat. Hello, lovely. Here is the link. Grab it from here. As soon as you've got it, close your Zoom and just go over to the metaverse and we'll play over there. We won't worry about live streaming. We'll just say that the people in the room will be the people that have a chance to play. So I'm going to make Helen host because, as you know, my Wi-Fi's dodged now. So I'm going to make Helen host and I'm going to close my Zoom. And as soon as you've moved over, just close your Zoom as well and I'll see you in there.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Okay, let me know if you've got any tech issues with the link or anything.
Okay, do I have to? I keep getting things to do with login, and do I need to log in? And
I don't believe you, I think you have to change details and things. So for the moment, it's just to play and work out where everything is.
You're here, Helen Hunt, you're here. Claire
So-
Wilshire, Helen Osmond, Scott Kelly, super. Scott Kelly, super. Scott Kelly, super. Why have I got an echo? Why have I got an echo? Why have I got an echo? I got an echo.
Yeah, we've got an echo at the moment.
We've got an echo, yeah, we've got an echo, yeah, we've got an echo, yeah. Hello, Dee.
Oh, why are
Have
you in an
turned
empty
the
room,
camera? I couldn't see-
Dieter?
I'll be
That's
able to see
not
the
what we're
image
intending. I'm sorry, there is going to be an echo because I've got it going on the other Ujima What's It thingamajig.
Yeah, it's always going to be chaos today.
Did you click on that exact link that Julia put in?
And walk around the room. Use the forward and backward arrow. Good.
You might have to put this in the chat and things, okay? Just because of the issues with the tech at the moment.
See if you can walk around the outside
Okay.
of the.
Now that you're in Dieter, if you want to log out of Zoom, go ahead straight over. Yeah, it might take some time. Welcome, Neil and Umran. We are experimenting with the virtual days that we're going to be using at Bett in next week if you are joining virtually. So I've just put the link in the chat to Frame VR. If you'd like to click on that and head over, that's fantastic. I apologize for the echo. I've got about 2 different things going on while I'm trying to work it out. So hopefully that made sense. Okay, I've come out of there for a minute because obviously it's a little bit chaos trying to get all the voices going on. So Julia's got me as host in here at the minute. We'll keep this open. But there is a link in the chat. If you haven't already clicked on that, have a go at clicking that and see if you can get into the virtual days thing. And if you've got any problems, shout. Not that I can be an awful lot of help because this is new technology to me as well. I do have Julia on the other end of a WhatsApp though. So if we're desperate, we can't get in that way. But have a go. Jeanette, are you having any joy getting in? Helen? If you are successfully in the virtual room, if you could leave the Zoom, just so that you don't have the echoing and all of the the bandwidth being taken up.
I'm using the arrows going left and right works fine, but I don't seem to be able to go forward or back with the arrows.
Jeanette, that sounds like you're in.
I am in. I just can't hear anyone, but I'm going to close Zoom and see what happens.
Okay, I can hear somebody through your speakers just then saying about left and right or something.
That's not me. Yeah, okay. I'm going to close.
Which I don't think it's you because I don't think your voice is that deep.
No, it's a guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to be more subtle. Yeah.
I'll close this Zoom, and then I'm really, this is my very first meeting, so I really don't have any idea what's going on. But
This
I'm
is our
hoping
first time with this technology as well. So normally Zoom is where we are.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know what Bett is. I don't know what we're.
Okay, so Bett is the big educational conference that's happening in the Excel Centre next week.
Yeah, I'm here.
So there will be lots of us that are going up. This is the first year there's been a
I'm in
specific
the corner of
tutoring
the
thread
room.
that's going on. So qualified
gonna
tutors been
wander.
able to make the right connections. So there are specific events being run for tutors, but it also means we can access all the other stuff that's going on.
Okay, fantastic. I'll look that up then. Okay.
So if you are in the
I was
London
just
area,
confused.
well,
Yeah.
welcome to join in person.
Okay.
There is a ticket. I think if I'll see if
Now
I
I'm
can
sitting
in a
down.
minute, or Julia will
Just
be able
come
to
and
tell
sit in
you.
the joint.
Yeah, I'll just
I'll
find
put
the
it in the
W, the
community,
A, and the D.
so you can come in person. But if not, this is hopefully the technology we're using.
Scott, W, A, and D.
Hybrid, but we're
Okay.
still obviously practicing
How
getting
do I
everybody used to how we use this tech.
And then
So
a speak button
Okay.
on the toolbar.
yes, so if you want to hop over there, normally QT
I'm
events
closer
are
to the
mainly
chair, I
on
reckon.
Zoom. It's just that this is a hybrid, so people in the room and people away.
Okay, I'll probably sign out now then, but thank you for that. I'll try,
worries.
I'll look it up
Yes,
and see
I'll
if I
hopefully
can
be in
get
there in a
that.
minute and I'll wave hello, but I'll see you then.
All right,
Just coming
cheers.
over here to
Bye.
play. Anyone want to
Fantastic.
come and see if they can sit in a booth?
Thank you, Hilaro. You're welcome to try and get into the virtual days, because even if you're at Bett, if you're wandering around and you want to join a specific QT thing and you're not in that area of Bett, because I understand it's an enormous building, then this is the technology we'll be using for anything virtual. But if you're going to be at Bett in person for all 3 days, then I'll look forward to saying hello on Wednesday or Thursday. Brilliant. Who have we got left? Helen, the other Helen, because this is obviously an awesome name to be when you're a tutor. Helen Kenworthy, are you managing or are you struggling? Neil, are you, if you're there and you're having issues, then let me know. If you have successfully managed to get into the virtual days, you might want to leave this Zoom, so you've only got the one thing that's taking all that bandwidth up. Mark, nice to have you with us. We are exploring the virtual days, which is going to allow us to have hybrid sessions at Bett next week. The link I have just put in the chat, if you want to click that and see if you can get in. Once you're in, if you'd like to leave the Zoom, because I don't think your computer, if it's anything like mine, will like being in both. It's a little bit overwhelming. So have a go. Helen, I don't know about not being able to reconnect. I've put the link back in. Hopefully that'll help. This is always the way with new technology, isn't it? First time that we do anything, you find all the kinks, which is why we're doing this today, as opposed to trying it fresh next week. So I don't know, Helen, about reconnecting. Let me know if you're able to get back in, or you close the Zoom. I will keep this Zoom open for a bit longer. You're back as a robot. I'm not touching that. I will get myself into trouble. But there are ways to change yourself when you get in there. Mark, I'll just answer your question in a second. If you are in successfully, it might be that the bandwidth is too much to try and manage both, so it kicked you out of that one. So if you're happy that you are in, if you want to leave here, I won't take offense, then I will keep this open. This Zoom link will stay live. I will get my play later. If this link will stay live, so if you can't get back in, you can come in here and grab the link from me again. But just, yeah, being aware of bandwidth. Mark, hello, welcome. We are exploring the tech that we're going to be using to make Bett the hybrid for tutors next week, because not everybody's going to be able to get into central London. So we're exploring that technology. There is a link in the chat. I'll drop it in again. If you'd like to click on that, that will take you to the hybrid, almost classroom that we're going to be using whilst we're at Bett. They're all, lots of people over there playing around, working out how to move their avatars, etc., etc. Whereas I'm holding this space open for technical glitches, because there've been a couple of those with the new technology. Every time you play, you get to explore the new things. So if you're at Bett in person, this isn't something you need to worry about. But if you're going to be hybrid for all or any of the days, then if you'd like to click the link in the chat, and hopefully it'll open in your browser window to be able to get you. Can you let me know how you get on, Mark? I'm just going to answer Helen's question. Have you been able, Helen, to is there not an option, or is it just refusing to let you sign up? And I apologize if you can hear Matilda in the background. I have a small child that's not well today, so multitasking. When I signed up the other day, there was a single sign-on with Google and Microsoft. I don't know whether that's an option available. Okay, were you having issues, Neil, with the connection? Just communicating with Julia. That is weird then. Without being able to see, just making sure that you've typed Outlook or Gmail correctly in the right .com, .co. I can't, honestly, I can't see from here. Very strange. Oh, whoops, Neil, you got stuck in a corner. I think you can pull back and forward. I've got no idea how it works. I will see if I get a play with Julia later on this. We're trying a new technology, which is always exciting, but can obviously cause headaches the first time, but we learn as we go. So if you are back in, okay. So Neil, you're struggling. Sorry, I'm just passing this all on to Julia so that she can deal with it if you are in the doodah. I'm going to open a second device just because I can't do this all in one. I've not got enough hands. Give me a second. Oh dear, not enough hands. Not enough hands. Yeah, let me across. No. Okay, have you had any more joy, Neil, getting back in? Or Mark, how are you getting on? Or Helen, have they finally decided that your email address is nice? If you have had success and you're in there, if you want to leave the Zoom in terms of bandwidth and audio and all those issues, then feel free to log out. I'm going to keep it open so that you can always come back in and get the link from me. But if you have had joy, then have a go. Fantastic. Great to hear, Helen. Yeah, so in terms of bandwidth, I will keep this open. I will stay here. If you get booted again, you can come back and get the doodah link or bookmark it perhaps, so that you can get back in if you need to. But if you want for bandwidth to leave the Zoom, I promise I won't take offense. I'm not that offendable. Okay, Neil, Mark, how are you getting on? Without leaving this meeting? Or without, okay, I'm going to keep this open. So you obviously managed to pick up a link to get into here. I will stay here. If you want to reboot and update, I know it might take a little bit of time because sometimes the computers do that. I will stay here so that I can give you the link back again. So Zoom will stay open. I will stay here. If you want to leave, update, come back in, and then I can pass you the link, if that helps. Lots of multitasking going on. Not enough hands. Hopefully, Neil, you're back in. Hopefully, Helen, you're back in. If you do want to leave the Zooms. Okay, hopefully you guys have both managed to make it over properly. Again, the Zoom will stay live whilst we're doing this to allow people to have issues and come back in. This is us trialing the technology for hybrid sessions at Bett next week. Qualified tutor have got the option to come and join Bett in person, either the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or any combination of those days in the Excel Centre in London. And joining fellow tutors, teachers, educators, ed tech. Oh, there's going to be quite a lot going on whilst we're there. There is a specific programme for tutors that I'm looking forward to, involving sessions that involve hybrid learning, online schools. We've also got, I'm just grabbing the full timetable, sessions about alternative provision. People like Lucy Spencer, Diego Mel are going to be there. We've got Dan Rosenberg from Linky Thinks, Carl Morris from the online school, and I'm probably going to miss some people out here because I don't have the whole list in front of me right now. There's going to be Arthur Moore. If you haven't found his Love Tutoring tips, his not Love Tutoring, tutoring tips, there are some great 2-3 minute seconds there of people giving their tips about how to tutor and options. So there are some fantastic ones there. There are going to be, oh, hold on, I'm just trying to bring up the whole thing. There's brunch, and those that know me from tuition circles will know I love a good bit of brunch, or a cup of tea. So there's going to be a great chance to connect with other tutors whilst you're there. But if you can't make it to Bett because it's a long way to go, or it's not your tutoring and can't make it all, then you can join at the hybrid, which is what the technology is that everyone that was here and you've seen now disappear has gone into the metaverse to have a go at the virtual days technology that's going to allow us to be able to have hybrid sessions. So it's fully interactive. You're not just watching on a webinar. You can join in, meet people, have virtual cups of coffee and tea, which will be fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to it, because it will be a great few days. I'm just scrolling to find the timetable. Oh, here we go. Here's the full timetable. Just hanging on in here. If you are joining via the Zoom link through the Qualified Tutor community, the Love Tutoring community, then you can come in. I will pass you on the details to go and explore in the metaverse. So we've got some sessions on how to make one thing that makes you a great tutor. We've got driving the mental health crisis in children and adults. We've got a session on the future of learning. How to qualify your impact. It's always good to know how we impact our students and how we can demonstrate that to other people. There's a session on what we can learn from the NTP. Obviously, that's been a big part of tutoring for the last few years since COVID. On the Thursday, there's a session on finding your heart as a tutor, understanding your pedagogical alignment, how you tutor. We've got how we can learn, what we can learn from the co-creator of Australia's largest online tutoring provider, because obviously tutoring is not just a one country thing. We can tutor internationally. We've got a session on how we can help the disengaged, can't, not, won't go to school. That's with Lucy Spencer, Diego Mala, and Kirsten Cockery. So Education Boutique, Nudge Education, and Gaia. We've got some demos as well. So if there's technology that you want to have a look at, there's one here from Orcam, which is assistive technology for reading if you've got dyslexic students or you are in the field of tutoring that involves reading. We've got the rise of online schools with Carl Morris and Kirsten Cockery, and opening up the borders of your talent. So world tutoring, how you can tutor internationally. That's Thursday's program. And on Friday, there is a demo of cover staff to take the pressure off getting more work from eTeach. There is the champagne brunch. I'm gutted I can't make Friday. And then there is the big hug, how to align your students and their families with empathy and efficacy, with Julia, Helen Freeman, OUP Bond, and other qualified tutor members who are going to be there. So that's why we're trialing this hybrid technology. I am assuming now that almost everybody's over and happy. So in a minute, I will close the Zoom and stop this so you don't have to hear me wittering for too much longer, and see how we get on.